and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Corinne. I am a 30-something. I'm single, I live alone, and I am a primary school teacher. I'm wearing my little teacher Miss Frizzle style dress today. I've just gotten home from work. It is about 4:30. So my school has slightly different hours to a lot of other Australian schools. We start at 9:25 and we go until 3:25. This year, I have been trying really hard to find a great work-life balance and trying to get out of school at a really good hour, as early as I can, basically. I've been really lucky this year that I'm actually not a classroom teacher, so I'm not on class. And that has made it definitely easier for me to leave at a really early hour. Quite a few days of the week I'm able to leave just after 3:25. A few days obviously I stay, staff meetings and different things that I need to get done, but I've really prioritized this year leaving school as early as possible and trying to make the most of my afternoons and enjoy my evenings. It just makes me feel like I'm getting a bit more out of my day, and especially now as the days are getting longer with daylight savings, summer on the way, I love feeling like I've really done something outside of my work hours. So that is basically what this video is going to follow now. Like I said, I've just gotten home and I'm going to take you along for the rest of my evening. I'm fairly routined in what I do each day after I get home from work. So I'm going to bring you into my place now and show you what that looks like. Okay, priority number one when I get home from work is to get out of my workwear and into something cozy. Let's do it. Look at this. How cute and cozy. Let me give you a full body view. For somebody who just adores being cozy and just all things snuggly, this Oodie is my dream. I wish you could just reach out and like stroke it. It is so soft. It's the perfect thing. When you've had a big week, and like guys, this week at school has been so busy. Last week at school was just wild. Like, just if you're a teacher, you know what term 4 is like. It's just wild. And so our school has just been like go, go, go. Like, it just hasn't stopped. Every week has something else huge coming up. So to get home each day and just let it all out, like just take that big deep breath out and put on something so comfy and cozy, and that it just calms me and it just brings the best vibes. So shout out to the Oodie for gifting me this beautiful, I believe this is a new print of theirs, the lovely leopard print. I am such a leopard print girly. So as soon as I saw this print, it was right up my alley. Yes, thank you so much, Oodie. I adore it. Now, the Oodie team are fabulous, and they have given me a code that you can get 15% off at the Oodie store. So Christmas is coming up. This is the perfect gift for those teachers in your life. Treat yourself, end of year little gift. If you would like to get your own Oodie, please use my code Corinne15. Hopefully I've put it on the screen here. And you won't regret it. Like, I just feel like a whole new person when I get to jump into my Oodie and just know that I'm not leaving the house for the rest of the night, and the introvert in me is just like, this is the ultimate. Okay, now, one of the ways that I try to make the most of my afternoons, particularly, so I've already said I'm trying to leave work as early as I can, like within reason, so that I feel like I've got that real afternoon, evening time to do something with. And part of making that feel like I haven't wasted it, or I just don't, what I hate is coming home from work and like slumping on the couch and then scrolling through my phone. You look up and like the night's over and the time just disappears and you haven't achieved anything and you don't feel good. So I've been really trying to avoid that. So conveniently, you can see sitting over here on my dining table, I have been doing a paint by numbers. So basically of an afternoon, I try to pick some kind of hobby or activity or just something I can do that's not watching TV or looking at my phone, that just gives me that real break between like work mode and relax mode, and yes, just fills my time with something other than scrolling. So this year I've done some crochet, I've done some embroidery. Sometimes I would walk the dog. I'm really lucky that Mason goes to my parents' place during the day while I'm at work. So what I'm going to do this afternoon is work on these paint by numbers. Okay, this is how my lovely paint by numbers is looking. So if you're interested to find out where this painting ends up, what my plan is for it, I've actually got another 2 of these that I haven't even started yet that are part of the plan. make sure you hit subscribe because the video is coming that tells you how I'm using these and what I'm doing. It's a little bit of a home decor video, but I'm not sure when it will be out because this painting is taking me so much longer than I thought it would to really get into. So what I usually do is I just pick one color. So the way this works is that on this picture, so the picture's already drawn and then there's all the little numbers on there, like paint by numbers. And then you get these cool little canisters, and each of the little canisters of paint has the corresponding number on it. So each afternoon, I pretty much just pick one number and try to do as much of that number as I can. So today I'm actually jumping to the very last number, 24, which is a big sky area on this image. And I'm gonna spend some time doing that. I also find that this is a great time to listen to a podcast or an audiobook or throw on some music. Sometimes I will throw something on the TV in the background, but just, yeah, take the time for myself to chill out, to really just get my mind off work, to kind of switch modes. I think sometimes that's quite tricky as a teacher, to switch off from work when you do get home. And so yeah, I just like having an activity, usually something to listen to or something in the background that just resets my brain into a different kind of mode. Alrighty, color 24 is done. It's that nice vibrant darker blue in the sky there. And then it just had some little features. There's a little bit here, 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 here. It's just some highlights, accents on the rest of the page. But that was about half an hour's worth of painting just to get those little blue bits. But if you have a look, like look at this bit. It's quite detailed. And you're working around like where you've painted other colors and you don't want to go over them. Like these little bits, this bit, like I had to leave these little greens. So yeah, it's quite detailed. It's quite, it takes a while, but it's really coming together. I love all the vibrant colors in it. It's just such a nice way to have some calm, quiet time where I don't need to think very hard. And yeah, it's a perfect activity for something chill and relaxed when you've had a big day at work. So now I am going to get organized with dinner. I sometimes like to cook. Like I enjoy cooking, but sometimes when I get home from work, I'm not really feeling it. Today is one of those days. I also live alone. So either I prepare the food or there is nothing. And I often have leftovers, but tonight I've actually decided to go with a picky bits dinner. So just like I want to say charcuterie board, but it's not really charcuterie that I'm putting on it, but just all those little bits and pieces. It's a girl dinner. That is what it is. It is a girl dinner. It is just all little bits and pieces of things that I love and enjoy, that I'm looking forward to eating for dinner, that don't take a lot of work to put together, chop up, curate, pop on a plate. So let's do that and have ourselves a lovely girl dinner. Beverage and my little girl dinner plate of tasty treats. I am ridiculously cozy in my beautiful Oodie, and now I'm going to enjoy this while I watch something. I often watch other YouTubers. Some of my personal favorites are Tara Michelle, Eamon and Beck, Max and Oki, The Van Wives, Connor Kathleen for more of an Australian option. Yeah, I just have a heap of YouTubers that I love to follow along with. Jordan Booth, the ice skater on the cruise ship, another great account. So I like to watch quite a bit of YouTube. And I also find that's a really easy thing to just chuck on like one or two people's videos while I'm eating something. But at the moment, I'm actually rewatching Gilmore Girls for like the 2 millionth time. It's one of my absolute all-time favorites. Love, love, love. Have loved since it was, you know, on TV back in the day and you had to run to get back from the commercial breaks to make sure you didn't miss anything, and you had to see it every week or you didn't know what was happening, and I just love it. I own it on DVD. Yeah, one of my all-time favorites, an absolute classic. I'm currently in season 2, I think. So I'm going to chuck on some Gilmore Girls, enjoy my cozy, comfy vibes that are happening over here. Feeling lonely and so cold. Okay, it is 7:40, Gilmore Girls. I just finished an episode. Yeah, so I'm gonna jump in and have a shower. And then I will go to bed and read. I've been trying really hard lately to just stick to a routine where I go to bed earlier, but I make sure I read instead of scrolling on my phone. And I have been really good at sticking to that this year. I think I'm sitting at my goal on Goodreads for like how many books I wanted to read this year was 40, and I think I'm sitting at 50. I think I just hit 50. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. So yes, shower, and then I'll show you what I am reading at the moment. Okay, it is 7:58, so pretty much 8 p.m. and I am feeling fresh, showered the day away, and ready to enjoy my book. At the moment, I am reading The War Nurses by Anthea Hodgson, and I'm about a quarter of the way through. I'm pretty sure I say this in every video where I read a book, but I cannot encourage you enough to join your local library. This is a library book. Almost every one of the books I've read this year is either a library book or an audiobook I've listened to through my Spotify membership. The last 2 years, pretty much every book I've read has come from the library, and the amount of money that I have saved is wild. And then there's also less pressure with a library book. Like, you don't have any investment in it. So if you read the first 20 pages and you're hating it, you don't have to keep reading. And I love that, because I've had a couple of did not finishes in the last couple of years. I think I only have one that I couldn't stick with this year. But getting things from the library just means there is no pressure to continue on with a book if I'm not enjoying it. This one I'm quite enjoying. I did read Kristen Hanna's The Women earlier this year, and it's very similar. They're both about women in the war. This one, The War Nurses, is about Australian women in the war in World War II, and The Women is about American nurses and doctors and women in I think the Vietnam War. I think that's right. I get them a little bit mixed up, but this one's been really good. They're both great books. I think I kind of liked The Women a little bit more, and I don't know if it's because I read that first or if it's just that I like the style of the writing a little bit more, but both great books. Recommend either of them. So yeah, I'm gonna get stuck into reading a bit more of this one. Okay, it's about 10 to 9. I've read about 50 pages and I am done with reading for the night. While I would love for my routine to be that I read and then go to sleep, I do still love a little bit of a mindless scroll. and I do usually do about 20 minutes, half an hour of scrolling through TikTok before I go to sleep. So I'm going to do that now. And then at the moment, I usually put my Spotify on and set the sleep timer for about an hour, just to have some background noise to fall asleep to. So lately I have been listening to Gracie Abrams, and that's what's been singing me off to sleep. So thanks for joining me on a typical afternoon, evening, night after work. Don't forget to use my code from the description box if you are going to grab yourselves one of those lovely cozy Oodies, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.